How did you reject a girl in a way that made her want revenge on you? This particular screw-up happened just last night, and I'm sitting at my desk right now feeling like I'm waiting for a bomb to go off. It's this heavy, prickling tension that sits between my shoulder blades and refuses to leave. The kind that makes you second-guess everything you did, even when you know, logically, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm not some complicated guy. I'm 32, married to a woman who is far too good for me, and we live a quiet, simple life. That's how I like it. I come to work, do my job, go home. No drama, no office politics, no nonsense. Until now, that was my life, predictable and peaceful. But over the past month, one person has managed to turn that peace into a slow-burning nightmare. We'll call her Kay. She's 18, fresh out of school, and practically radiates that kind of restless, overly bright energy I vaguely remember having at that age. First, I didn't pay much attention. She was new, enthusiastic, maybe a little too chatty, fine. But it didn't take long for me to realize this wasn't just friendliness. For reasons I can't begin to understand, she decided I was her target. It started small, the kind of things you brush off without thinking. Little hearts drawn on the corners of my notepads if I left them unattended in the kitchen. Long, lingering looks from across the office that she'd turn into bashful smiles when I caught her. The sales team joker once called her my work wife in passing, and instead of laughing it off, she leaned into it. Notes left on my desk signed WW. Cute, maybe professional, absolutely not. The moment that really made me uncomfortable, though, was during a break with a friend. We were talking about how much I was looking forward to starting a family with my wife, a deeply personal topic, not meant for anyone else. And from across the room, Kay, who had been pretending not to listen, piped up. I've always thought I'd make a great stepmom. I laughed it off in the moment because, what else could I do? But something inside me snapped a little that day. This wasn't some silly teenage crush anymore. It was invasive, disrespectful, and I felt like if I didn't shut it down soon, it was going to spiral into something uglier. My first instinct was to hint, subtly but clearly. I mentioned my wife in conversations. My wife and I saw that movie. My wife loves that place. My wife packs my lunch every morning. It was clumsy, yes, but I thought I was setting a clear boundary. Surely any reasonable person would understand that the man constantly talking about his wife is not interested. I was wrong. The situation simmered for weeks, a low-grade tension that hovered just under the surface. And then last night, everything boiled over. It was late past 8, and the office was practically deserted. Just the two of us left, finishing up a project that needed to be done before morning. The hum of the lights overhead was the only sound breaking the silence. I just wanted to finish, go home, and forget this whole thing. She walked over quietly and placed a cup of coffee on my desk. I hadn't asked for it, and when I reached to take it, her fingers lingered far too long on mine. It was subtle, deliberate, and enough to make my skin crawl. I pulled my hand back quickly, forcing a polite thank you. That's when she asked it, the question that detonated everything. Are you really happy? It was such a loaded, inappropriate question, one that sliced right through my patience. And in that moment, all the weeks of discomfort, the awkwardness, the forced smiles, it all cracked. I dropped the polite, professional tone I'd been clinging to and said the truth, clearly and without hesitation. My wife is my world. That's not an appropriate question for work, and it's not up for discussion. I expected embarrassment, maybe a muttered apology and an awkward silence. What I got instead was something entirely different. Her whole demeanor shifted in a heartbeat. The bubbly, flirty mask she'd worn for weeks vanished. Her smile evaporated. She didn't blush or giggle or fumble for a response. She just stared at me with a flat, emotionless look I had never seen before. After a few seconds, she simply said, "Okay." And that was it. The rest of the night was suffocating. We didn't speak. We didn't make eye contact. I could feel the temperature of the room drop 10 degrees. The air between us was thick with something I couldn't name, resentment, maybe, or humiliation. Now sitting here at my desk the next morning,